Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 380, season 16. Today's date is November 9th, 2024, and welcome to the show. In today's program, I'm going to talk about my memories of the Homer Brothers furniture store that were located in Chicago. I did an episode of them, but it was part of another episode. That was a long time ago, so I'm going to revisit that. Also, I'm going to talk about my health status, and it's quite a doozy this past week, so I'll explain what happened. So right now, the program will go into a commercial break, and this program is brought to you by Excedrin PM. I remember this product. And so here is a commercial from 1975. So they used to play this all the time on TV when I was a kid. 1970s, 1960s and 1970s were a big business for pain relievers, especially headaches. You can understand that. So sit back and relax. I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Imagine feeling so good in the morning when you had that headache last night. That's gentle Excedrin PM. Excedrin PM relieves the headache and its tension, helps you relax for a good night's sleep. So the next morning you should wake refreshed with no grogginess. Imagine feeling so good in the morning when you had that headache last night. That's Excedrin PM, the nighttime pain reliever. Imagine feeling so good in the morning.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Excedrin PM. Excedrin's been around for many, many years. You don't see it advertised much today. Not on TV or ads in newspapers, magazines, because there's so many. Because Tylenol is the biggest and number one. Makes sense. Also, Anacin. They don't advertise that. They used to advertise it a lot. Oh, my God. They're still around. Yeah, if you choose to be nostalgic, go. And if you have a headache, go down to your local drugstore and pick some up. I haven't used those in a while. So, let's see. When did it was introduced? So, let's see. Probably like, it doesn't say really from my information, but so the product used to be called Excedrin Extra Strength, like that. You know what the funny thing is? This it had caffeine in it, so I'm going, whoa, that's a lot. It's like you have a pain reliever with coffee, like that. Well, that's a lot. Maybe a lot of people didn't know, but the Excedrin PM was introduced in 1969, and it was the sleep aid. So they used the same ingredients like for Tylenol PM. Then later in 1998, they introduced Excedrin Migraine if you have a migraine headache, because a lot of people get that. And the caffeine's still there. Also, they had sinus headaches, back and body, like that. So it was owned by Bristol Myers at the time, like that. So, I don't want to take pain reliever with caffeine. That's not good, in my opinion, like that. So, yeah, but Tylenol's good, like that. I like aspirin, Bayer aspirin. It's but some people don't take it because of their stomach. I can understand that, or but I used to take Bayer, and that worked. That did the trick, and it's still around. It's good old medicine. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Homer Brothers furniture store, also known as Homer's. You used to see this company in commercials during the 60s and the 70s, maybe earlier, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, like that advertise their furniture. Also, I'll talk about my health status, which I'll talk about that right now, and I'll tell you what happened. Because I post this on my social media accounts of what the doctor said. But I'm going to go into more further detail when I went to visit him on Monday. And it's not bad news. I mean, yeah, but it's not horrible news like that. It's just a setback. So this is what happened. I went for a blood test on Halloween. And also I went to the doctor last Monday, and I did a blood test for that. And so my PSA rose very significantly. First, it was 1.96, and that was like about a few months ago. It has risen to 14, according to my regular doctor, it has risen up to 14.9 or something like that. And then when I went for the blood test on Halloween, it risen up to 26. So that is the highest I ever got. And when I saw that, my jaw dropped, and I was shocked. I was stunned. How could this happen? Because I went for radiation in April. That was like 7 months ago. Everything was fine, And now it popped up. It increased. I go, oh, what happened? Why is this happening to me? What's going on? And when I saw that, I was very upset. I was depressed. I was crying most of the time. I just want to be left alone for a few days. But then, my family cheered me up. My mom and my brothers, they told me, no, don't worry. You're going to fight it. You're going to fight it. And then I said to myself, yeah, I am going to fight it. So we had to wait till Monday to see the oncologist, to ask him what the heck happened. So we went. So my mother and I went there, and we spoke to the doctor. He said that happens sometimes. After radiation, another cancer cell pops up in your body. It's most common to prostate cancer patients, which is me. But I have oligometastatic, I hope I said it right, prostate cancer, which means you would get cells pop up, less than 5 cancer cells. Well, that's kind of improved, that's not a blessing, but I think it's okay. So he says, yeah, that happens, but we have to do a PET scan. So I have to do another PET scan. I have to go down to the hospital. It hasn't been scheduled yet because of insurance. I'm waiting. So I'll find out Monday. I'm going to give them a call and say, what's the holdup? I want to get this done and over with. So if I go down for a PET scan, they'll see what's wrong. And then if it's more than that, or I hope it's not serious, much more serious, it could be it's spread, other parts of my body. So the doctor recommended, I don't think radiation, maybe, I don't think so, but he recommended a new medication. Excuse me. And it's called Pluvicto. And I think you've seen commercials of that on television. And he explained to me, Pluvicto is like, it's like chemotherapy intravenously. Not like those like those crazy stuff. And I believe I will go for like every 6 weeks to be injected like that, which doesn't sound good, but according to some studies, it works. It really does. And the side effects scare me. It's like you get dry mouth and lose weight or stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, and he'll probably do that. And then what it does when it's injected, it kills the cancer cells in your body. Sounds promising. So So hopefully this will do the trick. Like I said, but I'd rather take the radiation, but I guess maybe the radiation didn't work, or maybe it's in the same spot. If it's in the same spot, that's great. We can deal with that. Otherwise, I feel fine. I had a little pain, but it's gone now. So I've been taking Tylenol, and it's just gone like that. Otherwise, I feel fine. The encouraging news he told me was you're not losing weight rapidly, or you don't have blood in your urine. So that's a good sign. If you did, that would be much more serious. So that's good. That's good. He was very happy about that. And then he was examining my body, to see if everything's okay. He says, "Are you in pain?" I go, "No." He says, "Good." As for medications, he asked me to discontinue the Xtandi, which I take at night, 4 pills. And I said, "Doctor, I have a few left. What should I do with those?" And he says, "Just take the remaining pills and then don't order any more for the time being." I said, "All right. That's sort of good news. Still have to take the Orgovyx." Okay. Then, we'll say about that. I took the last one last night. So he also mentioned another medication, Nubeqa. I never heard of it. I looked it up, and it's somewhat like Xtandi. This might help. Maybe it will. Yeah, we'll see about that. There are other medications. I hope so. And there are new ones introduced every year. So it's very promising. Like I said before, I want to live a long time. I want to do this podcast for a long time. So, but my cancer is frustrating and stubborn. It won't go away. Just get out, go beat it, because, it's really been a bad week like that. So I wish I had good news. I really did. And even to people that, who have suffered in the same way as I did, and the men like that. So I hope it's okay. I hope so. So I will keep you posted of what's going on. I will share it on social media of what's happening, so anything new like that. Until then, I will talk about, just life goes on. Let's see. But I want to when I posted the news on social media, everyone thanked me. They gave me support. I want to thank everyone for your comments, your emails, your texts. I appreciate them all. I'm very touched. Every time I even got one that made me cry. He says, "Don't fight it. Fight it. Just fight it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you, like that." So it's a battle. It really is. Boy, that was tough. Okay, before I start with Homer Brothers, I want to mention one thing. Actor Tony Todd died. He was best known for Candyman in that movie from 1992. And they filmed that in Chicago. I will talk about him and that movie tomorrow. If I do a podcast, I will definitely talk about that because it's that movie is iconic now. Back then it was good, but very scary. So I'll talk about my memories of that. And that's coming up next episode. Okay, that's great. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, I'm going to talk about Homer Brothers Furniture on a lighter note. So I apologize for, rambling about this, but I had to get it off my chest. It's good to talk about it. It's very therapeutic, and I feel good. Okay. So, like I said before, I will be right back, and I will talk about Homer's Furniture in Chicago. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Now we're going to talk about Homer's Furniture, and I'll tell you its history and also my memories. According to the Chicago Tribune, this was printed in January. This was published January 2nd, 1992. It was founded in 1912 by 5 Russian immigrants, and they were brothers. And I think they came to Philadelphia, I believe, but then they relocated to Chicago. And their first place they opened was located at 3053 West Grand Avenue. That's at Sacramento Avenue on the west side. And they made custom crafted sofas in their factory. And I remember some people that I knew that bought their furniture there. And my mother told me this too. And she said they were beautiful. The furniture was gorgeous, because it was custom made, very long lasting, so that's great. These days, not so much. But anyway, so they got very successful, and then they expanded like that. And then, so they brought, so there was like I said, there were 5 brothers. And so let's see. So this is what happened. Their names were Henry, Abe, Louis, and Jack, like that. Also, the locations they had over there. This is according to the ad in 1970. I'm sure. I don't think there were any more. I think there were about 4. I could be wrong, or 5. Okay, so the main showroom in the factory, like I said, it was at 3053 West Grand Avenue at Sacramento. It was there. I think that was near. What's that called? Grand Spalding. The auto place. Next to it was at 5657 West Belmont near Central. The one that was on the south side was at 1909 West 95th Street and at Winchester Avenue or Street in the Beverly area. That's near Damon. The other one was in Skokie in 9330 North Skokie Boulevard. And the other one was at Lombard at Roosevelt Road and Main Street in Lombard, Illinois. Okay. So my memories of this place was not just, visit. I don't think we ever visited a store. No, I don't think so. I remember the ads in newspapers or television. I used to watch TV and I would see Homer's. A guy was speaking very classy, shop at Homer's like that. And it wasn't Homer Brothers. They said shop at Homer's like that. And they showed these beautiful pieces of furniture, sofas, bedroom furniture, dressers, buffets, dining room tables, end tables, you name it. They had it all. And it's kind of nice like that. I wish I went to the showroom because I'm sure they had everything on display that looked very nice like that, and you could choose. I don't know how the salespeople were back then. Sometimes you had pushy salesmen like Polk Brothers, so maybe. So I never had a chance to see what's going on like that, and so. What killed the store? I'll tell you what it was. It was a recession. That's what happened, And so, let's see. I'm going to read the next article, the next page, that is, and I'll tell you. So, yeah, because they were, they had to liquidate. It was competition, and it was terrible, like what happened. The same fate. Oh, and they also had a store in Elmwood Park. That's according to this, At the same time was in 1992, a lot of Chicago businesses were closed. Like for instance, Polk Brothers closed in '92. Carol's Red Hanger store closed. That closed too. I remember that. Should talk about that someday. So let's see what we got. That's a shame what happened like that. And and Colby's Furniture. Remember that place? There was one in. They had it in the city, I believe, and then I think one in Oak Brook and one at Old Orchard. I believe of that. I'll talk about that some other time. So right now I'm going to play a commercial for Homer's Furniture, and this is from 1981. Okay. And it aired on WGN TV, Channel 9 in Chicago, of course. And so when I come back, I'll wrap up the show. Okay. And I'll also talk about something additional that I did last night. Okay, so sit back and listen to the Homer's commercial from 1981 that aired on WGN Channel 9 in Chicago. And I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
There are many good reasons to select your upholstered furniture from Homer's. We handcraft each piece with the care that makes each piece perfect. You can select any style you wish. Homer's will custom cover it. We have hundreds of fabrics. And because you're buying handcrafted furniture directly from the manufacturer, you'll save money and enjoy exceptional beauty and comfort. Homer's, with direct factory showrooms in Chicago, Lombard, and Skokie since 1912.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Homer's Furniture. That was nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, before I wrap up the show, I want to mention something. Last night, on YouTube, I watched 2 episodes of Bozo Circus that were recently discovered by Rick Klein, who has fuzzy TV memories. He's a nice guy, and I don't know where he got these. I'm not sure. But I watched them last night. Oh, they were fun to watch. They were wonderful. Those 2 episodes aired October 30th and October 31st, 1979. I was at high school at the time, so I wasn't home to watch them. So I was about, how old was I? 16 years old. And the first episode had Bozo and Fraser Thomas. Mr. Ned, the ringmaster, he left already. He left in 1976. Also, Cookie the Clown was not in that episode for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he was on vacation or he was sick. No idea. So they brought in a clown from Ringling Brothers. Her name was Peggy. And I thought she was good. She was like that. I don't know if that was the first time they featured a female clown, with Bozo. I don't know, maybe. So that was fun. They did a couple skits together. It was funny. Bozo was hilarious as always cunning, smart alecky, got his own way. They brought a couple acts, and they did that. And the first one, I'm trying to remember what they did. They showed the Bozo cartoon. They did that. The only thing was missing, they didn't do the Who's Your Favorite Clown. I think they cut that out by then because that cracks me up. Of course, they did the grand prize game. And I noticed a few things, something that relates to Van Chicagoland places, like, for example, the Mill Run Theater. They mentioned that. They also mentioned Izzy Rizzy Trick Shop. That was located at, I don't know the exact address, but it's on Pulaski Road, maybe like 59th Street or 60th. Someone sent me an email a long time ago. Why don't you talk about that place? And I go, oh, okay, I will talk about it. That'd be interesting. And what else? They had some toys that I totally forgot about like that. So that was kind of cool like that. So that was a great show. And then the next episode was Halloween. And Kooky was not there. Wizzo the Wizard was there. And he was doing his own usual shtick with the Stone of Zanzibar. And he did a couple skits with Bozo. They were very hilarious. I love that guy. Marshall Brodin played it beautifully. Of course, Bob Bell played Bozo. They had a new segment called Kapow. I think that's what it's called. It's like a Pong game or something. You know, Pong. I played Pong when I was a kid. I don't remember where. I played it at someone's house. It's like tennis. Like that boom, 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 boom. It makes that sound. And so I watched that too, and it was a Halloween episode, and all the kids dressed up and all that, and of course they did the grand prize game. They had almost the same prizes like that, and most of the four of the kids. This is total, two boy and a girl, boy and a girl, each episode. They only reached number 4. That's tough, in the grand prize game. So that's a shame. Oh, there was one incident that happened, I think, on Halloween episode where you had the Bozo drums. When you approach it, with Frasier and the kids, and when Bozo opened one of the drums, all the mail came out on the floor. That was hilarious. It went bloop. And so Bozo had to pick it all up and put it back in the drum. That was funny. I enjoyed it. I hope more are rediscovered, that is. But they aired these episodes on Channel 9 last week at 12 o'clock. I had them on my DVR, but never had a chance. But, luckily it's on YouTube, so I did watch them. I had time. So I really enjoyed it. It took me to a time where everything was nice and quiet, and you had no worries. It's beautiful. I could use that now. I really can. Okay. So that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about about my health status. I'll give you an update soon. What the next thing I hear. I'll share it on my social media accounts. And also I talk about Homer Brothers Furniture Company. Okay. Also, tomorrow's podcast, I think I will do it, or Tuesday, I will discuss about actor Tony Todd. He just passed away at the age of 69. He's famous for his role as Candyman in the movie the 1992 movie Candyman. He did other roles. I'll discuss about that as well. And I'll talk about another topic too. Okay. All right, so this podcast will be published wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast. If you tap on those apps on your devices and tap following, you will receive a notification. You can listen to previous episodes. It's also on Audible. Good. I don't know about Odyssey. Yeah, I think it's on that too. Also, be sure on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link, and it'll take you right there. Also, it's on my YouTube channel. People always ask me, where's your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Type in Van Chicagoland Stories or my name, Pete Costanis. You will find it. Click subscribe. You will receive a notification of the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes as you wish. Also, be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Yeah, it's on the talk. That's what people say. It's on the talk. Like that. But that's crazy. Oh boy, it's been a crazy week. Very crazy week. Oh, I hope everything gets better. for the country, for me, we need happiness. We need that, we all need to get along, and also for me to get better, and thank you again for your comments, and your support. I really appreciate them. I really do. I'm very touched. I'm very touched indeed. Okay. So let's see. There was something else I want to talk about. That's all right. It'll come to me. So that's it. So this is your host, Pete Castanes for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today's a not bad day. A little cool. It's November. It's not cold. It's okay. So just enjoy your day. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.